listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries. As we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media, this is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message. I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Good morning, Neville. Glad to see you. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Today is National Pawnbrokers Day.
More money, more money, more money.
National Microwave Oven Day. I don't know if we're going to go with that one either, but I think we'll stick with National Gazpacho Day. Celebrated across the United States each year on December 6th, gazpacho is typically a tomato-based vegetable soup which is served cold. Originating in the southern Spanish region of Andalusia, gazpacho is widely consumed in Spanish cuisine, usually during the summer months. I guess being that it's cold, it would be a summer month item, right? I guess that's the case. Checking the markets for you today. What are the markets doing? We're watching all of them. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, pretty flat, down 9 points. Oil down $1.44 a barrel. We haven't looked at the oil numbers in a while. We look at them. We do look at the barrel, but we haven't looked at, I should say, gas prices. Haven't really focused too much on gas prices lately. What are the gas prices doing? Being that we do see that oil is down $1.44 a barrel. AAA tells us gas prices, the national average, $2.47.8. In California, the average cost of a gallon of gasoline, $3.15.5. And obviously, whenever you want gas, what you really need to do is go to Alabama at $2.21.7, almost $1 a gallon cheaper than California. Yeah, well, we like to tax things whatever we can, as much as we can, whenever we can here in California. So, just keep up the voting the same way, see if we get a different result. But now let's look at what are the bond markets doing. And I look at the bond markets for you every day because that's what's telling us about your home loan rates. 10-year Treasury down 3 basis points on the yield. 2.325 is the yield on a 10-year Treasury. Then we look at the Fannie Mae, the 30-year mortgage-backed security. Now, this is one you have to look at backwards. When you're looking at the mortgage-backed securities, they are up 11 basis points as we speak, which means interest rates are down a little bit this morning since the opening of the market. So always look at, are you looking at the bond price or the bond yield? When I gave you the 10-year, that is a yield number. 2.32 is the yield of a 10-year Treasury, down 3 basis points. When we look at the Fannie Mae 30-year bond, that's the 3.5% coupon, it is up 11 basis points, which means your interest rates, home loan rates, will be down a little bit. And you know that I tell you this every Thursday morning. 30-year fixed rate loan, according to Freddie Mac, 3.90 last Thursday. Had to pay a half a point to get it. Great credit, large down payment. That will get you in the game with Freddie Mac on that particular program. Now there are what we call loan level price adjustments. Loan level price adjustments to every loan to get you the best price you qualify for, because just because it's a price out there doesn't mean it's the best price that you qualify for. That means takes into account, are you buying a single family home? Are you buying a condominium, manufactured home, mobile home? What's your credit score? What's your down payment? Debt to income ratio? All these issues go into the pricing for your loan to get you the best price you qualify for. So don't compare apples and apples. Just because you hear some dumb commercial on the radio or on TV that talks about interest rates. Number one, they should not be talking about interest rates anyway. But it gets a headline. What is their purpose in speaking about interest rates? Well, it's very, very simple. They have one purpose only. They want you to call them so that they can switch you into the program that you actually qualify for. But they can't do that for you if you don't call, so they just give you any kind of information to get you on the phone. That is their entire purpose. Think about that, understand that, and that's why I tell you what your qualifications are, what you need to do, because every individual is a little bit different. And I'm going to suggest to you, I have this conversation with folks all the time. Very few will understand until we really get into the conversation level. It really does not matter what your interest rate is. What's most important is what your payment is, because they're not always one and the same. The interest rate and the payment are not always the same thing. So think about the concept. Sometimes you look at a low interest rate on an FHA loan, and then by the time you add the mortgage insurance to that, and you look at the interest rate, which is generally higher on a conventional loan, and add the mortgage insurance there, which is generally less than the FHA loan. Some instances it's not, but in many instances it's less than the FHA loan. Well, you've got a better scenario for your family because you're paying a lower payment. So all you really want to worry about is, what is the lowest possible payment? And then go from there. Pretty simple stuff. But we like to share it with you so that you understand, so you can make the common thing my common theme on Ron Siegel Radio. An educated decision. How do you make an educated decision unless you are educated, unless somebody is assisting you in getting you the information you need? I just had this conversation with a young family that we're helping right now or consulting with on getting them a new condominium. And mom and dad said, boy, this process is a lot different than what I remember. Well, absolutely, it's a lot different than you remember. You only get one loan every 10 to 12 years. In their case, actually, they had gotten a loan about 15 years ago. Well, if you're not in the game all the time, loan programs and processes change on a very, very regular basis. So when you think about that part of it, don't really worry too much about the minutia. That's what you want a great real estate professional helping you with, or somebody that's really competent. And we'll put you in touch with the best that we understand, the best that we know, and give you really good information all over the country. You see, you got to be licensed in every state that you want to do business in nowadays. It used to be that you could just help people. Now you've got to be licensed in every one of the various areas before you can really talk about even helping somebody. So that's just a thought right there for you. Moving right along, we're going to check out the news of the day, and then we'll get into business news in just a little bit. Don't forget, we're going to be reporting. Watch our social media this afternoon. Watch Ron Siegel Radio this afternoon. You can watch the social media channel. I'm going to be over at the Chapman University Economic Forecast today, and I'll be reporting from there as to what they're forecasting, what their predictions are for the economy and for the real estate market. So I'll share that information with you. But we're going to look at what's in the news right now. Committees to see FBI agents' anti-Trump tax first on the agenda. The House Intelligence Committee, is that an oxymoron? After weeks of subpoenas and requests, will finally obtain those inflammatory texts written by FBI agent Peter Strzok. He's the guy who was fired from special counsel Robert Mueller's team after it was learned that he had sent Trump-loathing, Hillary-loving texts to another FBI lawyer who was his girlfriend. Sturzock was deeply involved in the Bureau's interrogation of Hillary Clinton. How do you interrogate honestly and unbiased somebody who you are a supporter of and who you're openly talking about promoting? Seems kind of interesting to me. The Bureau has scrubbed all information about Sturzock from its website. And now we see Andrew Weissman, Robert Mueller's top aide, known to be a pit bull of a prosecutor, effusively praised former acting Attorney General Sally Yates when she defied the President of the United States in January, talking about the travel ban, which the United States Supreme Court has said can be enforced while it goes through the process. And the White House is denying that they are looking at pardoning Michael Flynn, General Flynn. Personally, I believe that the president should pardon him, because I think this whole thing is a big witch hunt, that had it not been a witch hunt, the general would not have copped to any kind of a plea. And I also look at the other side of it. Look at all the people that they did not, for the same exact offense, they did nothing to Hillary Clinton, Cheryl Mills, Susan Rice, and many, many others. Unbelievable. But they've got this witch hunt, and I think it would settle a lot of this down if the president would just pardon Flynn and say, you know something, we're not going for a witch hunt. If you've got legitimate issues, deal with it. But to say lying to the FBI is the issue that we've been spending $7 million on in this witch hunt, unbelievable. Speaking of lunatics, absolutely useless.
You're absolutely useless.
Democrat Congressman Al Green wants to vote today on impeaching President Trump. Unbelievable. His own party leadership knows it is a futile move, but Green seems determined to push ahead. A handful of other Democrats have endorsed the articles of impeachment, but Nancy Pelosi and other Democratic bigwigs worry talk of impeachment will cost them votes next year. So things seems pretty foolish. This one I love. Governor Scott Walker wants Wisconsin to be the first state to drug test people who are getting state benefits. Love that idea. They want, before they can get their food stamps, got to get a drug test. You know something? Everybody I know that gets a job, nearly everybody I know that gets a job, they have to get drug tested before, and they have to go through a background test before they get their benefits or before they can be hired. Why shouldn't it be the same way for state and federal benefits? I just thought that one would make a lot of sense to me. Beyonce in the news, another one that is...
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yep, talking about, she was presented unemployed Colin Kaepernick with the Muhammad Ali Legacy Award from Sports Illustrated. Is that making a sham of the award? Muhammad Ali did some really, really great things. And now to give Colin Kaepernick my opinion, worthless individual, that kind of an award, unbelievable. Hillary Clinton in the news again. Lena Dunham, a staunch Hillary supporter, says she warned Hillary and the campaign to keep its distance from Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, but they wanted the money. They needed it. They had to keep doing that. In the day's most distressing and depressing story, some lawyers have filed suit against California because so many of its students are unable to read. The state is becoming increasingly divided between ultra-wealthy coastal cities and impoverished rural areas, and that applies to educational achievement as well. Nearly half of the very lowest achieving school districts in America are in California. Think about that. And those districts are certainly not in Santa Monica, Brentwood, or San Francisco. And did you see that the Russian team, the country of Russia, will not be allowed in the Olympics this year? The country and its flag have been officially banned from the games because of widespread doping and cheating at the last Olympic Games. It was in Sochi, Russia, and they actually had a trap door where you're supposed to have put your urine specimens. Well, they were able to switch them. Found out when there was a female urine specimen that tested as male. You gotta love that one. Where's my... yeah, that wasn't funny, but it is what it is. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial market. And we're going to talk some Financial news when we come back. We'll also talk about home prices up 7% from last year, smart tax moves to make before the end of the year, and why a Roth IRA conversion might be even smarter next year if the tax bill passes. All that and more. You can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional, and it has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. In the real-time real estate segment today, being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio, text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Nest, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. You're going to then go and put in the parameters of where you want to live. There's no advertising here. How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, location, price, budget. All that information, you put it in there every time a new home comes up for sale in that area, in your target zone, you're going to get a text message. Very, very simple. Gotta love that one. So just a thought for you there. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Home prices is our subject today. Looking at the markets, according to CoreLogic's latest home price index, national home prices have appreciated by 7% from October 2016 to October 2017. This marks the second month in a row with a 7% year-over-year increase. A lack of supply of homes for sale has led to upward pressure on home prices across the country, especially in areas where both existing and new home inventory have not kept up with buyer demand. CoreLogic's chief economist, Frank Nothaft, elaborated on the significance of such a large year-over-year gain. I quote, single-family residential sales and prices continued to heat up in October. On a year-over-year basis, home prices grew in excess of 6% for 4 consecutive months ending in October, the longest such streak since June 2014. This escalation in home prices reflects both the acute lack of supply and the strengthening economy. This is great news for homeowners who have gained over $13,000 in equity in their homes over the last year. That is a national number based on median home prices. In Southern California, the number is probably much higher. Those homeowners who had been on the fence as to whether or not to sell will be pleasantly surprised to find out that they now have an even larger profit to help cover a down payment on their dream home. CoreLogic's president and CEO Frank Martell had this to say, I quote, the acceleration in home prices is good news for both homeowners and the economy because it leads to higher home equity balances that support consumer spending and is a cushion against mortgage risk. However, for entry-level renters and first-time home buyers, it leads to tougher affordability challenges, unquote. Anytime the price of a home goes up, there will likely be concern about the affordability of that home, but there is good news. Mortgage interest rates remain at historic lows, allowing buyers to enter the housing market and lock in a low monthly housing cost. Rents are also rising. The report went on to mention that over the same 12-month period, median rental prices for a single-family home have also risen by 4.2%. With rents and home prices rising at the same time, first-time buyers may find the task of saving for a down payment a little daunting. Low down payment programs are available and have been a very popular option for first-time buyers. The median down payment for first-time buyers in 2017, ready for this? Median payment for first-time buyers in 2017, drum roll please, 5%. 5% median down payment for first-time buyers. Bottom line, if you're looking to enter the housing market as either a buyer or a seller, let's get together to go over exactly what's going on in your neighborhood, and discuss your options. Just a thought there for you. Let's get to... So the real reason home prices are increasing, let's talk about that for 1 second. The real reason home prices are increasing, we've got a bunch of hellos to go out there today as well. Shout outs! But the real reason home prices are increasing, there are many unsubstantiated theories. I'm going to share a couple with you. We'll talk at the beginning of the next week, so I'm going to be gone the next 2 days. But we'll talk at the beginning of next week about what their comments are at Chapman University as they give out their report today. I'll be reporting on some of that on our social media. So you can make sure that you're watching Ron Siegel on Facebook, Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. And we'll give you the information as to why or what their commentary is from Chapman University. But unsubstantiated theories as to why home values are continuing to rise, from those who are worried that lending standards are again becoming too lenient. Data shows this is untrue. To those who are concerned that prices are again approaching boom peaks because of irrational exuberance, this is also untrue, as prices are not at peak levels when they are adjusted for inflation. There seems to be no shortage of opinion. However, the increase in prices is is easily explained by the theory of supply and demand. Whenever there is a limited supply of an item that is in high demand, prices increase. It is simply that simple. Just that simple. Very, very easy. In real estate, it takes 6 months' supply of existing saleable inventory to maintain pricing stability. In most housing markets, anything less than 6 months will cause home values to appreciate, and anything more than 7 months will cause prices to depreciate or decline. Well, we're at 3.9 months for the year 2017, according to the National Association of Realtors. 2014, 5.3 months. 2015, 4.8 months. 2016, 4.4, and again 2017, 3.9 months supply. So with demand up, supply down, demand is outpacing the current supply of existing homes for sale. Prices will continue to appreciate or go up. Nothing nefarious is taking place. It is simply the theory of supply and demand working as it is supposed to work. That's the way that's the way we want the markets to be working. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, smart tax moves to make before the end of the year, and why a Roth IRA conversion might be even smarter next year if the tax bill passes. Remember, you can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And some shout-outs. Hi, Sherry, Frank, Bruce, Rosemarie, good to see you, Samir, Mundo, Robin, Pablo, Scott, Dylan, R. Neville. Glad to see all of you with us. Appreciate you checking in to Ron Siegel Radio. Stay tuned. We will be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Word on Wealth segment today being brought to you by AskAboutReverseMortgage.com. Are you 62 years of age or older? Do you have equity in your real estate? Have you done any exploration? Have you done your homework to see if the reverse mortgage is right for you? I'm not saying any loan product is right for you. I am saying that everything is beneficial to you. It's always beneficial. It's always good to make an educated decision. And as we come closer, I think tomorrow is the day that those that are concerned about Medicare, got to make your decisions tomorrow. That's the big day for Medicare in California. So get information about the reverse mortgage. Ask about reversemortgages.com. Why a Roth IRA conversion might be even smarter next year if the tax bill passes. So for years, I have discussed the idea that I am not a fan of the IRA, the 401k, the rollovers, because the whole idea behind them is a government ruse. They want you to put money aside at today's dollars, say $100, $200, say $100, that you would pay $30 in taxes on, maybe a little more, so that it can grow to $1,000 and you can pay $300 in taxes. Does that make any sense to you? Doesn't make any. There's no logic to that for me, especially when there are programs that you can put money away. If you're a business owner, you can do it with pre-tax dollars. Put it away, let it grow tax deferred, and it might even come out tax free if you understand the right ways of doing things. But if you've already got that IRA, the quickest way to get a relatively large sum into a Roth IRA is the rollover. So when you're looking at various times in our tax cycles, always wanted to talk to your tax preparer to see if it makes sense for you to do a rollover, pay the taxes on it. Because if you get into a period where you've got a low tax rate or a lower tax rate, you never know where those tax rates are going to. They might change them this year. Hopefully they will. But they could change them back 2 years from now. We never know what's going to happen. So the idea, what is a conversion? It's treated as a taxable distribution from your traditional IRA because you're redeemed to receive a payout from the traditional account, with the money then going into the new Roth account. Doing a conversion this year will trigger a bigger federal income tax bill for this year and maybe a bigger state income tax bill as well. But if you wait until next year, the federal income tax hit could lower. Got to talk to your tax people, depending upon your exact situation. Tax reform effective, the GOP tax reform plan becomes law and takes effect next year. The federal income tax rates for most folks might be the lowest you'll see for the rest of your life. If so, the tax cost of doing a Roth conversion could also be the lowest you'll see. Here are the tax rates and brackets for 2017. 10% tax is single up to, or head of household to $13,000. I'm just going to post this whole chart. It's kind of boring to read it to you or to share it with you. But remember the other one. If you want to see how your how you'll be affected by taxes and the tax plans, mbelinks.com/tax plan, no space. mbelinks.com/tax plan. Give you a calculator to see what your taxes would look like under the proposed plans. You can also text, easy for me to say, text tax plan to 79564, tax plan to 79564, and you can get get you to the same calculator right there and see if it'll make sense for you to understand. Really simple. I did it on air the other day. Live on air, we were doing some of these for folks, and it's really, really quite simple to figure out what your tax change will be by going to that little tax calculator. I love the idea of how that works. So let's take a look at some financial news for you as well. Amazon and Google. It is the battle of the behemoths. Love that idea, what's going on right now. Amazon and Google getting in a fight. And Amazon didn't want to sell Google products on their site. Okay, well, that's fair. They don't have to. There's no obligation for them to sell Google products on their site. Google has now said that they will not allow Amazon. They're blocking Amazon's products from carrying YouTube. Now, that's a pretty big issue that they can't have YouTube on their products. That'll be very fascinating to see what happens there. But even more, do you think Amazon wants to get into this battle right now? What would happen if Google decided that they weren't going to show Amazon in search results? They blocked that domain name for search results in selling product. You think that might have a little impact on Amazon? I don't know if you want to get in a fight in that particular fight. So just a little bit of a word of warning. Again, if you're in the stock market, those are issues that you need to be cognizant of, because I don't think you want to be battling it or get in between those two. So you're looking at the markets today. There's not a whole lot of activity in the markets right now. Dow Jones, when you look at a 24,000 point Dow Jones Industrial Average, they're down 0.06. The market is down 0.06. So it doesn't really mean a whole heck of a lot. The reason I bring that up is I'm looking at the 10-year Treasury. The yield's still down 3 basis points. S&P 500 down 0.22%. The Fannie Mae is up. It's not up as much as it was, but the bond itself is still up, rates being down. So I share that with you to get you to the financial news of the day. And as we said, stocks trading near unchanged levels. Mortgage bonds are higher so far. Earlier this morning, the Mortgage Bankers Association released their mortgage application data for the week ending December 1, showing that overall application volume increased by 4.7% from the previous week. Purchases were up 2% and are now up 8% on a year-over-year basis. Refinances were up 9% and are down only 10% from this time last year, as the comparisons to last year are much easier. Interest rates were essentially unchanged from this time last year. Refinance share of the mortgage activity increased to 51.6% of total applications. The adjustable rate mortgage share of mortgage activity decreased to the lowest level since January at 5.7%. ADP employment report showed that there were 190,000 jobs created in the private sector in November, slightly above expectations of 185,000. There were no revisions to last month's figure of 235,000 when looking deeper into the report. The service sector led the way, adding 155,000 jobs, while goods-producing companies added 36,000 jobs. Manufacturing added 40,000 jobs, which was the biggest one-month increase in 15 years. You got to love that one. So the manufacturing is the jobs that President Trump has been really, really working on. Those are generally a high price. Or high income jobs. Largest contributor to the service sector was educational and health, which added 54,000 jobs. Moody's economist Mark Zandi said on CNBC that the job market is red hot and that there is a chance it could overheat in 2018. We'd like to see that happen. Mortgage bonds have broken above the quadruple ceiling of resistance formed by the 25-day average, 200-day average, Fibonacci level, and the 50-day moving average. They are now in a wide range between support at the 50-day moving average and the overhead resistance at the 100-day moving average. It's all technical stuff. I don't think you care about it. Bottom line is you need a great mortgage professional to help you navigate these markets. That's the whole focus right there, as just helping you get to where you want to be. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to talk about some tax moves to make before the end of the year. We'll also see what we can come up with some additional. We might have some time for some of your questions as well. Good to see you with us, Jim, Roger, Doreen, Jason. Glad you're all joining us this morning. Appreciate that. A few shout-outs. I'd like to give the shout-outs when we can. Remember, you can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you need and to meet any of our guests, give me a call, 800-306-1990. Stay tuned. We will be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com. Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 0186945 and 1866775.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star is the only one with the Fast Pass loan approval. Gold Star Mortgage Fast Pass loan approval just for you. Smart tax moves to make before the end of the year. So let's look at a few of those smart tax moves to make. Just little thoughts for you. Every year we like to try and give you a few of these because tax planning is done before the end of the year. Tax payment or reporting, that's what you do in next year when you meet with your tax man. So, strategy, prepay deductible expenditures. Now more than ever, if you itemize deductions, accelerating deductible expenditures into this year to produce higher 2017 write-offs makes sense if you expect to be in the same or lower tax bracket next year. If you turn out to be in the lower tax bracket next year, more likely if tax reform happens. Deductions claimed this year will be worth more than the same deductions claimed next year. Also, as explained, tax reform might eliminate or cut back some itemized deductions starting with next year. So that's an additional reason for prepayments. January house payment, accelerating the house payment that is due in January will give you 13 months worth of deductible interest in 2017, unless you've already been following the prepayment drill, in which case you need to keep it up to have 12 months worth of interest. State and local taxes, prepaying state and local income and property taxes that are due early next year can reduce your 2017 federal income tax bill. Medical expenses and miscellaneous item deductions, you might want to pay those early as well to save on a little bit of money. Prepaying is not a no-brainer. The prepayment strategy can backfire if you will owe the alternative minimum tax for this year. That's because write-offs for state and local taxes are completely disallowed under the AMT rules, and so are most miscellaneous itemized deductions. Talk to your tax person. And again, I'll reiterate the issue of tax plan. MBElinks.com/tax plan. No spaces. MBElinks.com/tax plan. And you can actually see what the new tax proposals will mean, both the House and the Senate versions for your family. You can also text tax plan to 79564. See what those will do for you and how they'll help you. Those are just a few of the items that we're looking at, watching for you. Deduct state and local sales taxes instead of income taxes. If you owe little or nothing for state and local income taxes for 2017, you can choose to instead deduct state and local general sales taxes. That is another item to talk to your tax man about. Both the House and Senate tax reform bills would eliminate this option for 2018 and before. Prepay college tuition. If your 2017 adjusted gross income allows you to qualify for the American Opportunity Higher Education Tax Credit, it's up to $2,500 per qualifying undergraduate, or the Lifetime Learning Higher Education Tax Limit. Talk about that one with your tax professional as well. The Senate tax reform bill would leave both credits in place under the existing rules. The House bill would eliminate the lifetime learning credit for 2018 and beyond and liberalize the American Opportunity Credit to cover the first 5 years of undergraduate education. Accelerate adoption expenses. Buy plug-in electric vehicle this year. Under current law, you can claim up to $7,500 for buying a new plug-in electric vehicle in 2017. The Senate bill would retain this break, but the House bill would eliminate it for 2018 and beyond. Accelerate charitable giving. Donate appreciated stocks, sell losers, and donate resulting cash. It's an idea for you. Make charitable donations from your IRA. You can make up to $100,000 in cash donations to IRS-approved charities directly out of your IRA if you'll be age 70 and a half or older as of the year end. It's another one for you. So nobody knows really what's going to happen with the tax bill. That's the bottom line. Nobody really knows. So you got to kind of play it by ear, but have the conversation with your tax professional. Next week, Wednesday, we're going to have a tax professional on the broadcast with us, so you'll get an indication. We'll see what might be happening. We might even have some answers by then, so we'll be sure to continue our watching of that for you. So we continue to give you a little bit more and more information as we continue to learn it. And again, as I shared with you, I'm going to be going to the Chapman University Economic Forecast today, and they're going to have some great information. We'll find out what they think about interest rates next year. We'll find out about what they think about housing prices next year. Always get these different questions that come in. How can I get a free credit report? That's an easy one. EquifaxSecurity2017.com. EquifaxSecurity2017.com is the way to do it right now. AnnualCreditReport.com is another one that has them on a regular basis. Those reports that you're getting from various credit cards, they may not be a legitimate credit report or a legitimate credit FICO score. They're a legitimate credit score, just not a legitimate FICO score. And FICO is all that matters. FICO. Another question I get all the time is, what is a good credit score? Depends what you're doing. What are you looking for? There are certain institutions that if you have a 760 or better, you're going to get premier pricing. A lot of instances you look at 740 or better. In the mortgage world, 720 or better is going to get you a price break. 680 is going to get you a price break. So obviously you want the higher, the better, and I'm only talking about FICO. I never worry about the other ones because they really don't matter. FICO is what matters. How to pay off credit card debt. This is another one that no matter how many times I say it, pay your credit card bills before the statement closing date. It'll help your FICO scores. If you wait until after the statement closing date but before the payment due date, you don't get any of the benefit of having made that larger payment. So make 2 payments a month, one right before the payment due date. Make a minimum payment. Set it up so it always happens online automatically for you. But go on to the website of the credit card company and check it out right before the statement closing date, a couple days or 3 or 4 days beforehand. Find out what you owe. Make the biggest payment possible so it gets there before the statement closing date. That way when they report, you've got the best information, or you've got the best score that you can possibly get. Just a thought for you right there. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun, have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.